love books. There's a stack of books behind me, though, that are very disturbing and troubling. They are manifestations of this new phenomena that is called queer theory and gender theory. What they have done is they have put into the form of little cardboard books for little hands big ideas like transgenderism, transsexuality, binary, non-binary. Unfortunately, what they are doing is now adulterating the minds of children that they cannot absorb or process. It is called grooming because grooming amounts to having age-inappropriate conversations with children, oftentimes for nefarious purposes, but we do know that these are conversations that are best left at these young ages for parents with their children.
Hey everybody, I would like to welcome you back to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about how Trump's two-gender policy aligns with Torah values, okay? As we know, President Trump, he signed a policy that says, hey, in America, we're going to say that there's two genders, okay? And I think that this is very important because in a world, increasing confusion about basic truths are not going to propel us to do greater things in the world. These are foundational truths. So Trump, he signed an executive order affirming two biological sexes. And he's doing this to say this is not just policy, but it's returning back to foundational wisdom. And this wisdom is actually embedded or maybe even derived from the Torah itself. So the executive order, it was a clarity on chaos. And it's about defending biological truths. This was signed, I believe it's first day, January 20th of 2025. And it outlines that it's only recognizing male and female as the only sexes based on biological factors. He bans males from competing in women's sports to protect fairness and safety. He restores single-sex spaces, prison shelters to safeguard the dignity and the privacy. And then I want to bring up how Trump's orders actually parallel with the Torah, because in Genesis 1:27, it explicitly frames humanity as male and female, as binary distinction repeated in Genesis 5:2. So the order, it echoes this divine blueprint for men and women, and it resists modern attempts to redefine creation's order. So some additional things right to bring up. In the New Jersey public school systems K through 12, there was a 4,600% increase in the non-binary identification. So from the years of 2019 until 2024, there was a 4,600% of students identifying as non-binary. During the first year, there were 16 students, and on the last year, there were 794. That's where that number came from. Peer influence from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram communities, which normalize rejecting biological sex. Also, fallout from the pandemic, right? Because I believe that lockdowns strip children of social identity, leaving them vulnerable to these different ideological trends. But another thing that we don't think about is the curriculum mandates. In New Jersey schools, the sex education standards taught that gender fluidity was part of life. They actually hyped it up. So if the teachers are hyping up something, then what are the children going to do? They're like, oh, this is seen as something positive, where they're going to naturally gravitate towards that. I don't believe that President Trump's order is about exclusion. I think that it's about protecting the sacred design that has guided humanity for millennia. So, truth isn't partisan, it's eternal. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.